Hello, and welcome to Grandkids and Grands YouTube channel. I'm Wendy Orton. There are hundreds, even thousands of books out there about grandparenting. And I think on Amazon alone, there's hundreds. And I promised in my first video that I was reading through all of them. I'm making my way through them. But there are two that I found recently that do not read them. Don't buy them. Don't go anywhere near them. I can't tell you how bad they are. And so I thought I'll tell you about them so you know why not to. The two books are Excellent Grandparenting, The DNA of Grandparenting by Dr. Carol Teresa, and the other is Grandparenting by Dr. Megan Rose. Now, I bought those books, because I'm always buying grandparenting books, but the titles did intrigue me. Excellent Grandparenting is what we all strive for, and the subtitle of DNA of Grandparenting suggests a really deep dive into the wisdoms of grandparenting. Grandparenting suggests that grandparenting is different than the way that we were parenting. Might be worth a read. Okay, so I was open to these opinions. Both were written by doctors, suggesting some kind of advanced level of research. The first read was Grandparenting by Dr. Megan Rose, who describes the book, and I quote, "A short guide to being the best grandparent you can be to your offspring." End quote. Now, it's a short book. It's only 40 pages long, large print, all the rest of it. And there's 5 sections. First, there's an introduction. There's 3 chapters and a conclusion. Really simple. The introduction actually was the first clue that it's not quality read. This is a quote. Quote, "Grandparenting commonly happens when an individual has arrived at development and has thinking or experience to impart to the rising generations." End quote. Now, personally, I thought it happened when your children have children of your own, but hey, that's just me. The first chapter isn't much better. When answering the question, what is grandparenting, the description includes, quote, guard dog, narrator, family student of history, listening ear. Grandparents might satisfy these jobs. From there, the sky's the limit. End quote. A guard dog? Really? A narrator of what? Family student of history. I guess that means that the grandparent would be the one looking into family history. The advice she gave is the same that I've seen in a lot of grandparenting books, only this one is really, really light on substantive thought. Not once did I stop to consider a point being made. No, that's not true. I had to stop reading sometimes to try to make sense of the point that she was trying to make, which leads me to how mundane the writing is. It really smacks of artificial intelligence, of AI, and to me, AI writing is evident throughout. For example, there's a section called Solidness and Stability. And the point being made is that grandkids need stability and soundness. And the advice offered about stability includes this, quote, family customs and history encourage dependability, and grandparents can convert this data to assist jokes around with feeling they have a place. End quote. Now, that doesn't even make sense. So if somebody's going to be using AI to write a book, he or she really needs to make an effort to edit it, to even offer a true meaning of a point. Which brings me to, does Dr. Megan Rose even exist? I couldn't find anyone by that name. Well, there was actually a Dr. Megan Rose who studies the paranormal, but her name is spelled differently. Okay, then I turned to Excellent grandparenting, the DNA of grandparenting. Optimistically, I thought it would offer something substantial, knowing that it wouldn't take very much. But I was shocked. It's the same book, almost word for word. Now, to be fair, the introduction is different. The author begins the book with her own story, and it's the story of how she was a young girl. She lived with her grandparents in a rural small town. She recounts the fond memories that she had with her grandparents and the sadness she felt when they passed away. Fair enough. And then the writing started sounding really familiar. So I pulled out the grandparenting book and I compared the two. It was exactly the same points, and in many places, exactly the same words. The table of contents are exactly the same. So I want to show you this. The yellow are the words that are exactly the same between the two books. And then there's my handwriting. That's where the words were the similar synonyms to the ones in the other book. As so I went through the entire book. It was only 40 pages. I was godsmacked. So I went on the hunt for Dr. Carol Teresa, and I Googled her name, and I checked LinkedIn, everything. Nothing. Of note, neither Dr. Carol Teresa or Dr. Megan Rose include a bio in their books. Well, I thought it was odd at the time. I'm not surprised. I don't think these people even exist. And then I looked into the hype about making money by writing nonfiction books. Now, there's a YouTuber, Sean Dolwett, has a series of videos that shows you how to do it. And in one of them, he explains in detail the steps on how to publish a nonfiction book. What caught my attention was this instruction, quote, "When you create a book on Amazon, you don't have to put your name on it. You can make up a name," end quote. Like Dr. Carol Teresa, or Dr. Megan Rose, maybe? Now, I'm all for creating nonfiction books. There are a lot of really talented, well-versed individuals who offer a lot of learnings that we can benefit from. But there's got to be some kind of quality control at Amazon for this kind of thing. Like, even making books legitimate might be a start. Leave a comment below if you have grandparenting books that you would recommend or not recommend. Subscribe, like, and share this with other grandparents so they are aware not to buy these books. Anyway, that's it. I think AI has really written 2 books, and in a world of AI, I think it's an example of a bad use of it. But anyway, that's my opinion. Let me know yours. Thanks for stopping by, and have a grand day.